Grand Raj, you know the best part about being connected to the divine and learning those particular uh, vibrations that take place so you can get the message that's supposed to come to you. The best thing about that is when they come to you and now the essence of that message is supposed to be delivered in a certain characteristic trait or way. There's always two sides to an energy, you know. There's always the nucleus of the situation. There's the protons and the neutrons. There's always the yin and the yang, you know, and the samadhi. Samadhi is the nucleus, you know what I mean? Everything has these availabilities towards the circumstance. The divine don't make no mistakes, yo. And the time that we are in this world right now, you know, this shit is deep. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say, you know, when Albert Einstein was talking about the theory of relativity, and he was talking about inertia, the fact of emotion on emotion or a reaction to a reaction. If you had the nucleus, the proton and the neutron, like one can't just sit there on the frequency of moving and the other one just, it's not going to spin around it. It's going to clash into it eventually, right? So it's like they both have to move because there's a reaction for the reaction. You know what I mean? Even if I throw something at a wall, as soon as that thing goes towards the wall, the reaction is going to be it hitting the wall to smash. And see, this world has been able to have different frequencies as far as not being aware of the smash. Hold on, be right back. And just like the action and the reaction, there's always the science itself is being hidden, right? And that's where the power of illusion is. The science itself is hiding the natural situations that take place. Being mindful of everything and how it works is how the information is being delivered. It's how you're going to receive a level of truth. It's how the circumstances are able to work this way. It's how the disobedience was able to play a role. All these things when it comes into the divine's understanding. It's just that we are not aware of the innate probabilities of the major aspect of each situation. So then, just like a child, you know, you seek to place blame on certain things. And they had this thing, they said, a lot of scientists would speak on back in the day. They would say, the unstoppable object with the immovable force. Now, if you start looking at circumstances, how they are in existence and how things will play, let's just not look at particularly something that's going so fast and then a wall, right? Let's just not look at it that way. Look at it as certain things that take place, such as it's taking place, right, without you being aware. You may be solid in your standpoint of reality, while other things are taking place, just moving around, moving around, moving around, moving around. And then there's a solid. When you start being mindful of how this situation plays out, oh, the knowledge comes like, boom. Look at these requests, how people ask for certain things and the way they look forward to receiving certain aspects. Look at the motion and the energy that's being shown to you, or how it's being played out in its own personal right. It's going to show you where you are and what part of that energy that you are existing as. And it's also going to show you the initiative of the other energies that are playing a role in your life. It starts to wake up so many things, you know, and you're like, wow, mind blowing. And then the divine says, just focus on me, creation. Just focus on me, son. Focus here. Focus here. And then the child says, but they did, and I don't know why. I thought, right? Automatically, the energies start to pull. Action for a reaction, right? Inertia. So as a child hurt in his own ways, so the children of the earth will be confused and lost in their own actions. It doesn't matter the age, but it does have everything to do with you being still enough to understand the right. Now, if I take out of context all of that happens within the motion of life, and I reverse that polarity and I look at natural order of things that just don't move as such. So then the trees, they stay still, right? But they get everything that comes from the divine. Then you have a movable force that comes through and wipes them out, cuts them down, use them as it sees fit. The knowledges start speaking even in that way, in the reverse polarity, and shows you the connection of truth. Thus, people come up with these groups and circumstances to try to point the finger at an aspect. Hey, why are you doing this to the woods and animals and such of this nature, right? And then people say, you know, that's a valid fight. Where does the validation come in through the action when it's happening within the same level of the creation? Meaning, when this inertia and solid action that is taking place, or this movable and solid action that is taking place within actual movable situations, where does the validation come in? Because see, now you're similar to the thing that's, or the energy that's taking place, but not looking at it as if they're counterpart actions. But then we look around the world today and we see so many of these things taking place, but yet not to hold them in their accountable spot. Like I said in plenty of my other builds, the energies that are taking place in this world today is showing the category one should be in. You're being categorized, so therefore it can be labeled and you can be placed. There's nothing to apologize for. The return of power is on the horizon. Be mindful. That's why they say everything in the dark comes to the light. It has to come. It has to smash that movable aspect, has to come in contact with that solid, immovable force. What's in the dark, what's away from the what's way on the other side of And it's moving super fast. It's doing whatever it has to do. It has to come in contact with something that is not moving. Whether that's the understanding to that pretense, be mindful. Divine ain't never wrong. People are. Divine don't make mistakes. People do. We're going to get into some more of this bill. My information will be down in the description. You want a bill, you want to offer, everything will be down in the description. NAGA.